What's up, guys? So yesterday we tested out the Xbox Series X Dolby Vision Playback. Today we're going to try it on the PlayStation 5. I had no idea that the PlayStation could play 8K games. I gotta say, the Xbox, much better packaging than this flimsy box. So I'm going to go straight from the HDMI out on the PlayStation into the Yamaha RX V6A to test out the Dolby Atmos. This looks much more hideous in person. Alright, so this is plugging into the Sony 48-inch A9S OLED. And we're going into HDMI 1 on the television set. Alright, so we are on the setup screen here. I'm not going to run through the entire setup. Just gonna go through the little HDR setup here, which is very reminiscent of those old THX discs, if you recall those, where it's like you adjust your slider and your contrast up and down so you can barely see the little logo in the back. This is pretty much the same thing here. So on the controller, you just gotta tap up or down until you can just see that little sun pattern in the background. Now there is a firmware update for that, so we're going to do that before we test out any movies. This whole process took probably about 5 minutes, so it's pretty quick, depending on your network speed, of course. Alright, so here we are into the video output settings. Let's just see what we have going on here. This is just display information from your TV over to the PlayStation, so this tells you everything that your TV does support. Now if we go into the other settings here, I kept pretty much all of this stuff on automatic. So for HDR, it's just automatic or off. There's no setting for Dolby Vision, so I mean, I'm just gonna say it probably doesn't do Dolby Vision, but we're gonna test it anyways. And for RGB range, we're just gonna keep, like I said, keep everything on automatic. Then we're gonna pop out of this and go into the sound settings. So, which is under audio output, HDMI device. This is gonna switch automatically if you're using like a headset or something like that. For HDMI device type, we're gonna select AV amplifier since it's going into the receiver. Number of channels, 7.1. Adjust speaker positioning. I don't know how this affects your receiver, but we're just gonna leave that as is for the time being. And then for audio format priority, there's PCM, Bitstream in Dolby and DTS, which I would think would do the same thing, but for whatever reason, they separated Dolby and DTS separately. But since we're going to be testing out Atmos, we're just going to go ahead and select Bitstream and Dolby. Just like yesterday, we're going to pop in Sonic the Hedgehog, which has Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. Let's just bump over to chapter 2 here. Playback was fairly quick. It's got a pretty nice HDR image. Sonic isn't the brightest movie, so you know, I'm not really blown away by the brightness factor or anything like that. But let's go check out the picture settings on the Sony TV set. And as you can see, it's just a standard HDR. So regular HDR10, no Dolby Vision, just like the Xbox Series X. Now let's hop over to the option menu in the receiver, and we're going to take a look at the audio signal information. And for some reason, format says PCM, channel in 3401, so no Dolby Atmos. I'm not even sure why it's reverting to PCM, even though we did select Bitstream. Alright, so if you saw the original video that I just posted a little while ago, I did miss a setting on the player itself. So shout out to one of the commenters who said to hit the option button on the remote. go down to Settings, change it from audio format linear PCM to Bitstream. So now when we back out of it, and then we go down to audio signal information, and now it does indeed say Dolby Atmos. So thank you for the person who said to hit the option button. I totally missed that the first time around. Here's kind of a big issue that I noticed happening a lot. If you bump out and go to the home screen and then come back to try to rewatch the movie, once you hit play, you're going to be greeted with this what seems to be like an 8-bit mess. It's just all garbled, and the only way that I could get this working again was to take the disc out, turn off the player, pop the disc back in, and then everything would go back to normal. Sometimes that worked, sometimes that didn't. Sometimes I'd have to close the app. That didn't always work all the time either, so it was kind of hit and miss for the Blu-ray Playback app in the PlayStation 5. And just a quick check at the Netflix app shows that there is no Dolby Vision support nor Dolby Atmos. This is Project Power, which, if you guys have seen this movie, it's a decent movie. It does indeed come in Dolby Vision and Atmos, but here within this particular app, no support whatsoever. And the final app is the Disney Plus app, The Mandalorian. Of course, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. This is only 5.1 and in HD. So again, no Dolby Vision or Dolby Atmos in either Netflix or the Disney Plus app. These are the only two apps that I've tried out, but as of right now, at the time of this video, neither two formats are supported. So if you are thinking about picking this up for kind of a universal media player other than game playback, I don't think it's the best choice as of right now. Like I said, you're not going to maximize any of your television sets, whether it's LG or Sony, with Dolby Vision or Dolby Atmos, so you're not going to get the most out of your visuals or your audio experience. I don't think either the Xbox One X or this one is going to be a good choice for that. You're better off getting like an Nvidia Shield or an Apple TV if you just want to stream media at their highest quality. And if you want to get the most out of your physical media collection, then I would say 4K Blu-ray player, a dedicated 4K Blu-ray player, is the way to go. And again, thanks for the tip on activating Atmos with disc playback. So anyways, what do you guys think about these new consoles as far as media playback? Are you picking them up for media playback, or are you picking them up for gaming? Or do you want to use them as kind of a universal all-in-one solution? What's your experience with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X? Leave a comment down below, let us know your thoughts. As always guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video.